Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where once again we join one another in that space way above every part of the world we've ever been in, above the platform of living that we elevated as far as we possibly could, and into the world of our Creator, where each one of us has our own connection, and each one of us can connect to one another through a source that only we know, through a method that only we know, and through the majestic being that is now extremely active in the physical world, performing magic and miracles. Through a series of adventures, we've now got to a point where we know we can call on magic and miracles in our own special way to actually make a difference in the physical world. The slight inflection, the smile, the recognition between people, your ability to actually attract someone at a distance or in a crowd, on the other side of a dance floor or a theatre, all now becoming part of the everyday tools of magic and miracles. So we interact once again so that we can experience the beautiful presence of each one of us. We can experience that majesty that we always understood from when we were children. We're not going back to be children, we are children. Children express what's deep inside us. And now we're in a position where it's no longer deep inside us. It's out in the open, on the surface, totally joyous and dancing around just like little children, but with a lot more experience and a lot more ability to present the gifts in the physical world. Each one of us have developed so quickly that it's hard to understand. But now you don't have to understand, and you don't have to live any special way except to follow your spirit and develop your magic every chance you get. Experiment with the skills that you have. Don't wonder if you can see what's around the corner. Know what's around the corner. If you look into progress in your life, you tend to look back. But now with magic and miracles, you can look forward. And as you look forward, the future develops from you in your own special way, through your own supercomputer and through your connection into the universe. Who've experimented with all sorts of things to be able to control what's happening around us. And now we know that we're always in control of everything around us, but in a whole different way than what we have been taught. It's not by force, but it's with a force. With that force of love and well-being, we lead a healthy, active life. And we jump over all the things that go together to make up the world. We ride on top of the wave and don't worry about the turmoil that has to happen to keep the wave going. We're being lifted by circumstances. Circumstances that we develop, or that we can read, we can feel. We know where the wind's coming from. We know whether it's going to rain or not because we have a feeling. And as we get more confident, we can speak about what we feel and will happen. Not because we spoke about it, but because you created the world in which it's about to appear. So as we lift one another, we can start to see the glow, that special glow that comes from that majestic being, which is much, much bigger than the physical body. And the physical body can present itself in a beautiful form because of that majestic being. You add so much capability to your physical that it's hard to believe. You walk on hot coals and you don't burn. You jump in cold water and you don't shiver. You stand as if you're being held up by a balloon because you feel so light. You add magic into that space between your being and the world, and all of a sudden, your world is different. And when I say add magic, you just do it. You don't ask how, you just do it, just like the kids do. You want to change the rules, you can change the rules in there. You don't have to force anything outside, because as it comes into your field, everything changes. And the effect in the physical world is much easier on everyone and everything. So our tendency to invite disaster is actually almost gone. We can look past all that and see where it belongs. And we find we're almost guided around so many things that the magic is working without us interfering at all. And that's where we get into that program called simplicity. The simpler you make it, the better it works. The more control you have over everything by simplicity. Complexity is engulfed by simplicity. And it works because it's majestic. And it's magic and miracles. And it doesn't follow physical laws. It follows laws that it makes up as it goes. And your capability is unlimited because of that. The fact that nothing is logical, but everything is possible, makes it so easy to perform the things you want to perform in the world. And here comes the friendly fly again, just to disturb us a little and put a smile on our face to say the simplest thing in life can actually break a serious streak in a fraction of a second. So everything in the world has a purpose, even though it doesn't follow any rules. And sometimes it's totally against our expectation. And we might say to ourselves, how did I arrange that? But sure enough, It's your judgment of what it is that's out of tune. Not exactly what you're seeing. You see an annoyance instead of a change of direction. So we're now into the real easy stuff, where we just live. And we transmit excitement and brilliance into this majestic world that performs unbelievable feats for us. And it is not like anything you've ever seen before, because it's different every day and every moment. But because it's so different, every moment, there are no fixed rules. So what comes to you is new, and it doesn't have any limitations. Therefore, it's like putty in your hands. You can change anything in the fractions of seconds it takes for your system to interface with anything that comes to you. It's a little bit difficult for the mind to capture, but it's not difficult for you to capture, because you have an intelligence that doesn't exist in the physical world. It exists in your origin. It exists in all those little stars around you that are projecting all the different features of your being into the hologram that makes up your body. The hologram that you can't see, but you certainly can touch any part of it. And you can make it physical. You can make it stretch out and touch people. You can lift their energy, you can lift their physical being. You can make people move slower or faster, or with ease or difficulty. And you can ask the trees or the land or anything in it to support your field and take the load off your body. So instead of having to sit down and rest, you can be aided to the point where you hardly do anything. This is the fun of the magic that we've got, that we've always had. And now we're delivering more gifts than we've ever experienced. And the biggest gift is the opening of the universe in all its fields and dimensions to everyone around us, even the fly. We open those dimensions, and every day you'll have an experience where you walk in to another dimension, and suddenly the world is different. You walk along a path, and out of nowhere you feel a little resistance, and then you pop through the other side and you're in another dimension. And it's easy to connect, to the history of that dimension, to who has been there, to how it operates. Just like when you were young, and anyone mentioned the fairies or the elves or the little people, and you got so excited because you knew about them. And many of us have been able to see them for years. So now we're getting a little closer to being able to switch our vibrations at massive rates so that we can stay in tune with the beings in different dimensions, so that we can communicate properly, and so that the animals and the birds understand us and we understand them. Every day there are new experiences with animals, with flies, and with everything that we experience each day. Communication with dolphins, whales, is growing in importance and becoming a major part of everyone's life. As we start to clean everything up, it will get easier. More facilities will just become available out of nowhere, because that's how the interface with the universe works. Things materialize from nowhere, but they also are developed by different people. But many times, what's required to be developed is a gift that's brought in by a specific person or a group of people who have always had this in mind, to bring a special gift to the world that's actually physical. And we all have a component in us that leans that way. But now we're working beyond technology, and the fly loves to get on my nose. Working beyond technology and beyond logic. In a world of magical miracles, specifically to introduce the industry of magic and miracles. We all talk about industrial ages, the Iron Age and the electronics age. We're going into the age of magic and miracles, where each one of us has value beyond belief, where we start to understand how the resources of the world are us, how we understand that the power we have is what's being used in the industrial complexes of today. Not the machinery, but the people. And the magic we produce is saleable. The biggest thing is the value system has been driven back to us in the wrong format. Many of the systems that we use to look after one another, to distribute wealth and health and food, assistance, have been taken off us, yet we still produce them. And now we don't have to do that. We come in from a whole different level, where we stand above everything, just like we stand above the wave. And when we read that the wave is ready to climb on, we climb on our board or swimming. We do the same with a wave of circumstance or a wave of harmony. And most particularly, that wave of magic. That wave of magic that comes from the wave of your hand, the movement of your body, projection of a desire, but mostly because of your enthusiasm for the world. And we then know that our value is being felt because we feel it. We don't have to wait for feedback because it's instant. As soon as you connect to the rest of the world and to the rest of the universe, you get immediate gratification. Immediate. No thought, no reasoning, no limit. And as we keep going, we're getting better and better at freeing up the special gifts and allowing them to place themselves in the world at the appropriate time and in the appropriate place. And it won't be long before all the work we've done appears in a new format right there in front of us, as if it's a gift for us, where in fact it's a gift for the universe and for the world and everyone in it. The feeling of connectedness between groups of people that have never met one another in this lifetime is growing immensely. We're starting to recognize our family that's not a family, our family that exists in that world, beyond worlds, that goes on forever. That timeless expanse where we all feel the total comfort of one another's presence, even at a distance. This is one of the gifts that you give to everyone by making that unique communication available throughout the universe and stretching that tiny little bit further when you can actually invite yourself into the world of your creator. It's like you're going back to the big house and you have a place there and it's perfect and it's expansive and it's much, much, much bigger than anything you're experiencing now, where you can stand with your creator, put your arms out and make a difference to everyone. And you don't have to do that physically, but the effect is physical. The effect of looking in the mirror is physical. The person looking back at you is so much more advanced than the person you think is there. Each one of us can use our hands to direct whatever energies or fields we want over any distance, for any purpose. And then if we wish, we can use nothing but the active energies that we control through our being, through all those Tinkerbell sparkles that are around us. And there's not a person on earth that can't conjure up the sparkles and flick them out to somebody and watch them feel it and turn around, go, what was that? Everyone can do it. And you can flick sparkles into the air and walk in them yourself, and you'll feel so much better. The energetic fields that you control, you haven't really touched yet. You can wind up your whole electrical system so that you are at a higher potential than everyone around you. And if someone touches you, it'll crack. Just like if you walk on carpet sometimes and you touch the door, the electricity discharges. Nobody has figured out exactly how that works, but everyone can do it. You can make your car feel better. You can make your chair feel better. Everything in your house can feel better. You can make a rock sacred. You can make a person sacred. What sort of power is that? It's enormous. And the more you do it, the better you are at it. Because it becomes simple. Extremely simple. So in the past, you would have had to say, if you dare to do this, you'll enjoy it. But now, there's no daring to do anything. You just have nothing holding you back. And you have all the resources of all the beings in the universe who are allocated to this planet and to these times to support you, all working so hard with such excitement that as soon as you turn on your happy switch, they leap. They're right on board. They're ready to take over anything you want and get it done with speed and action and thrilling circumstances. You'll find that people turn up, things happen. Your gifts come in packages that you don't understand initially. Just like the fly every now and then. Changes your direction, changes what you're saying. Because you had maybe a line of thought that's not necessary right now. So the simplicity of our life is actually the most powerful driver of everything in your world. So you can do anything. You don't even have to think. So having a bit of fun with yourself, with your friends, even with your house and your car, ends up changing the world around you and around others, enhancing it, making it so that each time you sit in your car, you go, oh, that's beautiful. Making it so that anybody else sits in your car, they say, wow, this is a beautiful car. And it might be 10, 20-year-old. It will still have a special glow about it, just like you do as a person. And that special glow is the magic, is the Tinkerbell sparkles. The most prominent and important energy field in the universe. And that is our value. And as we demonstrate to ourselves our ability to glow, it appears in the eyes of those around us. It also appears in every step we take. It's out there waving its hand saying, look at this, look at this, look at this. And it makes you extremely capable, extremely intelligent, and extremely happy. So our next step is our biggest step. That next step generates new fields, new capabilities, new experiences. So each step you take is the most important step for anyone and anything. So out of that, there is no hierarchy, because it's just you, your world and the world of your creator, uniquely presented for everybody else to enjoy. Your energy field projected so that it enhances everybody else's. It's like the last sparkle in the colored lights of Christmas. Without that sparkle, they're just lights. With you, everything has value. So continue to enhance everyone and enhance all the things that you touch, that you come in contact with, or that you're going to come in contact with. See it enhanced, see it glowing and running perfectly. So with all that, I'd once again like to wish everyone a perfect life, perfect health, and an extremely magic future. Thank you.